So there's a great episode. It's the pilot episode. It's the pilot episode of Tales from the Dark Side. I remember watching this as a kid on the Sci-Fi Channel. I didn't know what this was at first, but it scared the hell out of me when I was a kid. Anyway, it's about this guy named Gideon Hackles. He's this mean who keeps a lot of money and I think lies to people. Now I didn't see the whole episode to this day. I saw the ending on YouTube and the ending when I was a kid, so I'm going to try to get this. I'm going to try to get this right as I possibly can, but I know I'm going to screw it up anyway. He promises kids if he can find the money in his house, he will give them their parents' IOUs. But he scares them away. At one point, he scares one of the kids who's dressed as the devil. I think it's Timmy. The character is Timmy. With this big grizzly bear, and Timmy runs to hug his dad because he gets scared. And Mr. Hackles says, this town's backwards. There's no such thing as spirits. There's no such thing. This town is backward. There are no such thing as spirits. And I think before that, the two siblings, Billy and his sister Sarah, I forget their last name. So I really didn't see the whole episode, so I could be wrong. I looked it up on one of the fandom Wikipedias. But anyway, after I think Timmy, the kid whoever was dressed as the devil, he runs to his dad, and as I said, Mr. Hackler says this town's backwards, or there are no such things as spirits. There are no such things as spirits. But after the boy and his dad leave, Mr. Hackles, when he was just I guess about to go to bed. I don't know what he was about to do, but suddenly a demon, a scary demon who looks like a witch. This is funny. When he sees her at the door, he looks at one of his microscopes. Well, not microscopes. One of those, I can't say it right now. One of those things you can see at the front door. It kind of looks like one of those binoculars, something like that. And he sees this witch, who's really a demon, this ugly witch. She keeps saying, "Trick or treat, trick or treat." And he says, there are no treats for adults. There are no treats for adults. But suddenly, the witch comes into his house, and she makes all of his IOUs of money, whatever, fly around. He gets so paranoid, and when he was trying to go to some room, he sees a demon disguised as a fortune teller. She looked kind of like a fortune teller. But then as he goes to this other room, he sees the devil and a couple of more demons. Says, "You're getting warmer. The money's in here." No, he says he's getting warmer. You're getting hotter. You're getting hotter. You're getting warmer. You're getting hotter. As Mr. Hackles was still on the floor trying to get the money, the devil kept saying, "You're getting warmer. You're getting hotter, hotter." And as Mr. Hackles goes into the room to get the money, he's dragged all the way to hell to spend his eternity. Meanwhile, Billy, I think it was Billy, Timothy, I'm sorry, I get the names confused. Timothy goes back, this time dressed up in normal clothes, not wearing his costume. He's dressed up in regular clothes, street clothes. But when he opens the door, he sees the demon witch, but she gives him all the IOUs, all the money. He doesn't know it's really a demon. He thinks it's Mr. Haskell. "I knew you wouldn't do this," or something. But he smiles and he leaves. And then the episode ends when we see the tombstone of Mr. Hackle. He said, here lies Mr. Hackle, Gideon Hackle. And that's the end of the episode. And the ending had great music. It really, this episode scared the shit out of me as a kid, and it still does, and I'm glad it does. But I think the moral of the story, sometimes evil demons can help people. I mean, sometimes hideous monsters are good guys. Whereas Mr. Hackle was On the outside, he looked like an old man, a nice old man, but on the inside he was a evil son of a bitch. He was really an asshole. And the monsters, the demons, help the little kids. It would help the kids. Maybe it helped the other kids. I don't know. That's the end of the episode. But anyway, that was a great episode. Pilot. I think it aired in, I want to say October of '83. But the next episode didn't air until '84 for whatever reason. I don't know. I just looked at it on Wikipedia. Tales from the Dark Side on Wikipedia. That's what it said. But when I was a kid, I always wondered what that was. It was on the Sci-Fi Channel. I remember that, but I just didn't know it was. I never heard of Tales from the Dark Side when I was a kid. So that I always wondered, because I always loved that scene where Mr. Hackle, the old man, I didn't know who his character was. I was real little. I just knew that was the devil or a monster. Say, you're getting warmer, come. You're getting hotter. I always remember that as a kid. Watching that on the Sci-Fi Channel. I always remember watching the Incredible Hulk, the original Incredible Hulk, on the Sci-Fi. And I remember there was an episode, it was a black and white episode. I don't think this was a Twilight Zone. It could be the Outer Limits. I hardly watched the Outer Limits, but there was a episode that involved a haunted car, and this guy buys a haunted car, but nothing really big happens in that episode. I love having this long-term memory. I have a weird long-term memory, and I'm glad I do. But I just feel like talking about the original Tales of the Dark Side, or was it Tales from the Dark Side? I'm sorry. Anyway, Tales from the Dark Side. The pilot episode was greedy old man Gideon Hackworth, played by the late Bernard Hughes. Some of you horror fans might remember him as Grandpa in the Lost Boys. And he was in Doc Hollywood as this doctor who didn't like Dr. Ben Stone, Michael J. Fox's character. And I also remember him in The Odd Couple too, that old man who dies, who gives Felix and Oscar a ride. I always remember that. It was so funny. He was a great guy. He passed away in 2006. But I'm about to end this video. I felt like just doing this video, telling you this episode, telling you guys this episode. If you haven't seen this, you should. It's really a creepy and a good episode of Tales from the Dark Side. They used to play that when I had a DirecTV. They used to play this all the time on the Satellite channel. On Chiller, on that channel Chiller. I don't know if that channel is still on TV or satellite, but I don't know if it's on Spectrum. I have Spectrum, and I haven't seen Chiller in a while. But they used to play that show Tales from the Dark Side a lot on the Chiller network. That's all I'm gonna say. And please subscribe to my channel if you want to subscribe to my channel. You don't have to like me. You don't have to respect me. Please subscribe if you want to. But please go on YouTube and try to find Tales from the Dark Side, Trick or Treat, Gideon Hackles, and Bernard Hughes. That episode, especially the ending, is a classic. It's very creepy classic, and it tells a story, in my opinion, that sometimes demons, evil spirits can help good people. That's all I'm going to say. Take it easy. I'll see you later.